You guys. What the fuck? I'm not sure when anybody's actually gonna get in here, but why? Why today? Why today do I get the email for affiliate when I am an hour late for stream? Why does Twitch make me want to feel unprofessional? Why? 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 I'm so tired. For those of you like watching the VOD later, I'm sorry about all of this. Oh my god. Why? Oh my god, and now my stream is disconnecting. Ah. Kill me. Sorry, everything is so chaotic. I just cannot right now. I am so tired. Like, this is my first, I don't know, like, my days off have been so hectic lately, like, I finally will get a day off, and then on my day off, like, I feel like I have 1,600 chores to do, and I don't even get everything done. It's just, like, I do enough to get by, and then I have to work again, and I'm like, how the fuck do people have time for full-time jobs, and streaming, and to get everything else done around the house? Because I can barely do my normal everyday stuff, like freaking take care of myself. And I am dying inside. I'm just gonna cry. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. I'm making sure my Twitch is actually loaded and everything. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. No one is here yet, so I'm just going to continue to rant and maybe play the game once people actually get in here. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to, like, have a conversation and, like, stream at the same time, even though I'm the only one that's in the stream right now. But, yeah. So, for those of you watching the VOD later, because no one's here right now, well, and if you are, you can feel free to yell at me and say I'm wrong, because I'm wrong a lot of the time. Oh my god. Why? Why are we disconnecting? Why? This is gonna be the most chaotic, stream besides the Hustle Cat stream that I've ever fucking had. Do you want me to restart my whole computer? Is this what you want from me, Twitch? I'm already over an hour late. What more do you want from me? What more? What else? What else do you want? What more do you want? What do you want from me? I'm just trying to stream. Streamlabs, what do you want from me? What do you want from me, guys? And now my stream won't even connect. Why? I don't understand. It was doing just fine. It was doing just fine. Like, all last week, I streamed, and I didn't disconnect once. And it was fine. And everything is fine. And now it's disconnecting every 5 seconds. Why? Why? Why is it like this? Why is everything like this? Why can't I just have one stream? It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so, I'm just gonna hope that my thing decides to actually work, and just move on with life. And hope that I actually get people on this chaotic freaking time of my life. So, like, this morning, I could not roll out of bed. I was just so tired because work has been ridiculous. And it's been stressing me the fuck out, especially after being on a break for so long and still physically not being 100%. So that's been happening. And so I slept in a little bit extra, and I was fine, time-wise. And then, as soon as I was about to get up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up. The cat jumps on my bed, right? And decides, I want cuddles right now. And this cat does not ask for cuddles, like, ever. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you some cuddles. So she lays right on my chest, where I can't even freaking breathe half the time. And then I give her cuddles, and I just kind of, you know, scroll, like, my social medias or whatever for, like, an hour. And she doesn't move for an hour. And I'm like, cat, are we going to move? Because I have to get up. I was already, like, late getting up. And then the cat, maybe an hour later than usual. So this is past 9 o'clock at this moment in the morning for me. And so I'm like, okay, I really have to get up. So eventually she gets up. And then I get up, and I go downstairs, I make my tea, whatever. And then my mom's going for a walk, and I decide, you know what, I need some exercise. I'm gonna go for a walk before my stream, right? So, I go to do that. I didn't realize it is already at 11, like, well, at the time I walked, it was, like, 20 till 10. At the current moment, which it hasn't risen too much, it is now 88 freaking degrees Fahrenheit outside. What the hell? So it's too fucking hot, and then I'm sweating to death outside walking. So we walk for about 15 minutes. By the time I get back in here, it is time for stream. So I turn on my computer, I get everything ready, right? And then, I realized my computer's really dusty, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just dust my computer out real quick. I start doing that, and then I realize my whole freaking, like, I have a little pagan altar in my room, because, you know, witchy things. That's, like, completely, like, torn apart and dust everywhere, so I decide to dust that, and as I'm dusting that, like, all the shit knocks over even more, and so I have to clean all that up. It gets all over the, like, altar cloth that I have, and that gets all dirty. So I have to go wash that. That's hand wash only, and then I get black dye from the cloth all over my fingers, so I have to go wash that off my fingers. And now it's sitting drying in my freaking bathroom. And then, once I'm done with stream, I have to go take a shower, get all this sweat off me from freaking 88 degree weather at 10 o'clock in the morning, because love summer. And then I have to fix my whole altar. I don't even know what I'm gonna do after that. Probably go back to sleep, because now I'm fucking exhausted again. And I've only been up for like 3 hours. Oh my god. Okay. I'm fine. everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. I just wanted to explain the kind of morning that I have had and why I'm over an hour late for stream. And now my Twitch/Streamlabs has decided to disconnect on me already 3 times. But it's okay. It's okay. Everything is fine. I believe it's working now. If I can calm down for about 2 seconds. Just everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. Everything is perfect. Because, for those of you who haven't seen my Twitter this morning, I just got the email that I have reached affiliate level. Which I have not accepted it yet because I have not had the time because of my hectic ass morning. But I have reached affiliate. So, thank you all for checking in and watching my streams and sharing and following and everything else. I appreciate it, and all the, I haven't gotten a lot of raids, but, like, everyone that has followed me that I have raided in the past, like, thank you for all of that. The follows and the constant watches and the love does not go unnoticed. So thank you all for allowing me to get to this point, despite how I'm not even a full VTuber yet. And I am, like, my streams are so chaotic and, like, unprofessional because of the fact that technology is just not my thing, apparently. But I'm trying my best, and I'm glad that everyone else, like, out there is supporting me, and that the fact that I've even gotten to where I am now is, like, some sort of miracle. So, thanks to everybody for getting me to this point. Now that I have been accepted to be affiliate, after this stream, probably after, like, I get a shower and get my bearings first, maybe get some lunch, but, after this stream, I'm going to accept and, like, figure out all the stuff to, like, set up so you all can start getting, bits and, start subscribing and, like, the reward stuff that you all can access. I'm not quite sure how it all works, but I'm going to look into it, and you all can already get the emojis and stuff, but I will have subscription only emojis as well. So I just have to set that up first. I have to accept and then set that up first. So look forward to that. I have to update my Twitch once I accept and, like, get all that figured out. But that will be happening. But, yeah, I don't know how that has happened, especially on the day where I've had such a hectic morning, and I am late to stream, and everything about this stream is completely unprofessional. But you know what? I'm here. I've made it, and I appreciate you all for being here with me on this very hot and, very chaotic day. So more confusion and chaos to come soon as we start playing through this game. So without further ado, welcome back to Flowers Spring, Le Volume sur Printemps in French, which I probably just butchered, but which basically just means the volume of spring. So that's why I just call it Flowers Spring, because Le Volume sur Printemps just takes too fucking long to spell and will not fit on my schedule sheet. So welcome back to Flowers Spring. I'm gonna get back into the game now after a 15-minute rant, which y'all didn't get to hear, like, half of that because I kept disconnecting, but you know what, on the VOD, you all get to hear every single bit, because when my stream disconnects, my recording does not, so, nice. Okay, I haven't had any water today, and I haven't even had food, so this is going to be an experience. Okay, we're just gonna keep moving on with confused lesbian noises. That's not the name of the game. That's just what I'm calling this episode. Because that's how I'm feeling in real life, too. I didn't know what to do, she says. During the break after class, the numbers may have decreased, but there is still a ring of people around Mayuri. However, I glance at them as they chat amongst themselves in a different group. What happened with the Sasaki twins? I'm confused. She looks at me with surprise, but quickly smiles. Aww. She says this frankly, as though it were completely obvious. For some reason, I feel as though I have let a strange feeling like anxiety loose from my hands. Okay. I watch Rika head toward the group where the Sasakis are talking, and I sigh deeply yet quietly so that no one notices. Then, having a strong urge to read a book, I'm rummaging around in my bag when... Ooh, love letter. Ooh. Unfortunately, I have yet to ever receive a love letter in my life, and I'm very sad that I was not born at a time when those were very, very popular. Feels bad. Not that I ever would have gotten one anyway. I was not horribly popular growing up, but I should be the one giving out love letters. It's my new plan. That's how I'm gonna get all the ladies. I'm gonna give them all love letters. And they're all gonna be like, who the fuck is Heather? Because half of the people that I crush on don't even know my name. It's fine. There is a white envelope inside. I don't recall putting a letter in my bag. I turn the envelope over and over with suspicion. Very sus. I can't do anything if I don't look inside. I open the envelope. I'm not sure. Okay. Obviously that was a typo. I'm relieved that there are no raises or anything inside, although I'm a little reluctant in case it's not actually for me. I glance over at the letter. Beautiful letters written neatly on proper writing paper. What is the difference between improper and proper writing letter? There was no name on the envelope. My name is clearly written on the stationery. It's a letter for me. Obviously, since you found it, it's a letter for you. I would hope. However, the sender's name is not written. A concise letter, only one page. It says... Oh, just a friendship letter. That's some bullshit. I've admired you from afar and I want to be your friend. If you would like to meet me, come to the auditorium after class. This brings back a hateful memory from the past. When I got into my previous school for a short time, I received a very similar letter. Except that one didn't say I want to be your friend, but rather, I want to go out with you. Oh, shit. How should I turn this down? I ponder, remembering how the boys laughed as they appeared. They called me pathetic for going to the meeting place and laughed at me derisively. Oh my god, I can't talk. That's sad. The image of the boys jeering at me will never disappear. But... my previous school was co-ed, and the ones who tricked me were boys. Some girls were watching from afar, but they didn't do or say anything terrible. Not that girls are, like, above that. Girls can be really petty, too. I'm better at talking to people than before, I think. There must be someone out there who would want to talk to me. I want to talk to you. You're adorable. With a faint hope glimmering in my heart, I carefully memorized the time written in the letter. I'd be scared of, like, breaking her, though. After class, in the empty auditorium, I await the sender of the letter. It's my first time alone in the auditorium, and something about the silence of the chapel feels ominous. Somehow it feels like the solemn mood is ringing a warning bell. Ooh, the footsteppies. I go all the way to the seat where the nuns give their sermons and find a letter left on the podium, which is similar to the one left in my bag. When I open the envelope, it contains the same stationery. I look over it. The letter says, "I can see you, come find me." Before I look around, I say to myself that it is as I thought, that I am being set up. It occurs to me this letter could be a cruel joke. Visions from the past of all the boys laughing at me flash before my eyes, but people have their own ways of bridging the gap. I convince myself that perhaps the writer of the letter is just a very informal person. I put a hand to my chest, which has been filled with anxiety before I even open this letter. My cowardly heart is beating fast. I look around me for any sign of the writer, trying to find them as they'd instructed in the letter. There are many places to hide between the long wooden pews and ivory-colored columns. I not only search the front door, but the left and right ones as well. I hear a small thump and look in the direction it came from, a column in the back. After staring that way for a long time, I finally let out a sigh, wondering if it was just my imagination. Then... Is it Ringo? Oh, it's both of them. From behind the column appears a smiling, no grinning face coming my way. The two of them are laughing as they talk. I don't think so. I'd never imagined the Sasakis, who I thought I was particularly close with out of my classmates, would pull a prank on me like the love letter from my childhood. My mouth is dry and my brain seems to freeze. It's exactly what I thought. Making sure my Twitch is working, sorry. Have to double check real quick. Also, it says that I have people on... Why is my Streamlabs never updating? I never understand. Whatever. Two of them are smiling wickedly at me, and I laugh along with them. I mean, there's this thing called lesbians. There's gonna be a lot of love between girls, too. If there's all girls, like, there's gonna be, like, half of them are gonna be lesbians. If it's a sickness, then I'm like... what's the term for when you have a sickness that's fatal? I don't even know, but that's what I have. I know it's a joke, but... They talk nonchalantly about Mayuri, who is still dogged by the incident from that day. I feel heat rising to my stomach at these two, who are talking as though it is already a thing of the past. Her lazy tone of voice, Ringo, who I usually think is cute, peers at me as I look down. Driven by rage and an inability to bear being there any longer, I run from the place like a frightened rabbit. Oh. The sound of my own panting rings loudly in my ears. You thought it was a love letter, didn't you? I could see Ichigo's laughing face as she asked the question, superimposed on those boys' faces. Did you get excited? And Ringo's, too. I bet there was another answer, but she didn't stay to figure it out. As I run, I ask myself the same question as I had back then. Oh, you precious sweetheart. The silhouette of my stepmother. I ask myself that question a lot, actually. I realize that I am deep within the forest. I lean against a large tree and get my ragged breath under control. The tree's scent and the warmth of its trunk calms me slightly. The warmth on my back reminds me of my grandfather. He would gently rub my back whenever I got anxious. There are good things in life, too. That's what he would say. Oh, that's not true. I couldn't bring myself to say these words in front of my grandfather, but when I was alone, I would. Sasaki's, and Mayuri, who was being more and more isolated. I take a deep breath to calm down and gaze at the setting sun as it pours through the trees and paints them red. Then I close my eyes. Oh. At first, the voice does not reach me in my daydreaming. The reproachful voice at last brings me back. I realize the voice is directed to me as I stare blankly at a book with a half-eaten roll left on my desk. I cock my head in confusion at Sister Basquiat, who now somewhat seems pleased. She smiles charmingly. It was probably because I'd been spacing out. I have crossed the line and called a teacher by her first name. Sister Basquiat puts her hand to her cheek bashfully, and I respond with a vague smile. She's actually, like, super sweet. Sister Basquiat puffs her cheeks out intentionally, and I feel my facial muscles relax into a smile. Seeing this, she smiles too. Having no appetite, I have only nibbled on the single bread roll I brought with me. The letter sent as a prank, and Mayuri still depressed. It's a religious way of thinking, I think, but I guess it is Sister Basquiat's way of looking out for me. She asked me after calling me Miss Suo. After class, I'm walking next to Sister Basquiat down a small path in the woods. She steps lightly as we follow along the path, which is different from the one I took for orienteering. Unable to take it anymore, I speak up. Looks like we'll have many opportunities to interact with nature at the academy. I nod at Sister Basquiat as she continues. Although we've often talked about school-related things, we've never really discussed personal topics before. It's a strange feeling. I wonder. She's probably like in her 30s? I'm gonna imagine like early 30s. She of course looks mature, but when she talks this way I feel as if she's around the same age as me. At those words, which I just blurted out, Sister Basquiat looks over my chest and hips, though not in a vulgar way. Yeah, when I eat a lot, it goes to my stomach, my chest, and my thighs. And a little bit on the butt. So if you want a thick bitch, dat me. Remembering I was told that, even if I don't like something that makes me stand out, it could sound like sarcasm to others. I sneak a peek at Sister Basquiat. I see her run her hands over her habit, touching her full chest and hips, and my face goes red. Well, even as you grow older, like, it kind of escalates or de-escalates, like, with time. Unsure of how to respond, all I can do is force a smile, but I've suddenly realized something. Sister Basquiat's dreamy nature and her voluptuous body that emphasizes her womanhood. Ooh, the way you phrased that, Suo. They remind me of my late mother, and like an association game, the shrill voice of my stepmother follows. Even though I'd figured that asking me out here was just a pretext, it still makes me happy to hear. I chase away thoughts of my stepmother and force a smile. I know, I'm trying to take a small, like, weekend trip somewhere, but, like, it seems to, like, always end in, no, we don't have the time, or no, but I'm going to find a way, just so I can get, like, out of my headspace. I ask, thinking of how Sister Basquiat often comes to borrow books. She smiles wryly and says yes. The hippie motto pops to mind. I am always such a pessimist. Forcing myself to go along with Sister Basquiat's goodwill, even if I have to fake it, I stride towards our destination in an attempt to inspire myself. Inspiration is so difficult. When I'm trying to lift my mood and force myself to find something to enjoy, I narrow my eyes against the gorgeous sunshine pouring through the shadows of the trees and listen to the distant sound of a babbling brook. We've easily gone twice the distance we did in orienteering, but the final stop among Sister Basquiat's candidate spots is a field of flowers stretching as far as the eye can see, and the sight is so spectacular that the moment I see it, I feel my fatigue disappear. What do you think? Is this an appropriate hiking spot? Sister Basquiat asked, but she said the hiking is set for July. Wouldn't the best time to see the flowers already be over, I ask, and Sister Basquiat is at first surprised, then looks dejected. I am encouraged by her cute gesture, which makes her seem young, as well as the field of flowers, and I hit the road in high spirits. If only it had ended there. I recall Mayuri soaking wet in the woods. It may be imprudent for me, who went there to go save her, to say it would be better to be lost, but... Hearing her carefree voice, I let out a deep sigh. Those thighs. I'm pretty sure that's not how a nun usually acts. She's so pretty! I steal a glance at Sister Basquiat bathing under the shade of a tree and gasp. Although she has entered the water fully clothed, her wet habit clinging to her body leaves little to the imagination. Her plump yet youthful and arrogant bare feet. Her attractive bottom is as ample as those in the medieval paintings decorating the academy, and even though I am a woman, my heart starts to race. Probably because you're a woman. The contours of her conspicuous, goddamn I can't talk, chest clearly outline even through her clinging clothes. The green of the trees reflected on the surface of the water, woven together with Sister Basquiat, makes for a breathtaking tapestry. Although I know I shouldn't stare, I am unable to take my eyes away. Won't you join me? She asks. I freeze this in reminder of the now awkward relationship with my classmates. Now I feel bad. You could at least, like, dip your feet in. I would, because it's so freaking hot in summer. Perhaps she is concerned about her hips as she is innocently rubbing the area around them. Seeing this, I start to sweat. What I just said to Sister Basquiat was a bold-faced lie. Though it is spring, today is very hot. We are walking for a long time and my undergarments are drenched with sweat. Her cherry pink lips, her hips, and the captivating movement of her hands over her soft-looking belly fascinate me. A pleasant silence falls between us, broken only by the gentle sound of our breathing and the occasional splash of a drop of water. The question is sudden and I end up talking openly about my hometown. I also tell her about how I lived alone with my grandfather. I cannot really imagine the life Sister Basquiat is talking about. Excuse me? Oh. She doesn't mean love confession. She means, like, confessing, like, your sins or problems or whatever. In the Catholic sense. Okay. I was like, confession? Hold on. First off. God, the music is so pretty. She stops blowing her hands in the water and casts her eyes downward to the surface. My troubles are not lofty, religious ones. Mine are more earthy and mundane. My silent Sister Basquiat stares at the surface of the water. Ow. I don't know why I keep, like, hurting myself today. I wasn't even moving! How does this happen? Her furrowed brow smooths back to her usual amiable smile. She then claps her hands together. This is actually kind of making me want to be a teacher more. It's kind of a thing I want to do, because I am going to be making money through affiliate, which is going to help. But I'm also, like, I also need a really sustainable job, right? To get me, enough money to, like, live off of. So, I want to go back to school and get a teaching job as my main job, and then kind of do this and writing and stuff on the side. It is a very popular English saying. I've only been thinking about it as something that was done to me. I've had this done to me before, so I thought this time was the same. But I haven't thought about why the Sasakis would have written that letter. If I think of her troubles from her perspective, perhaps I can find a solution. Her voice sounds like an unsure schoolgirl, and I smile. Filled with gratitude, I call Sister Dahlia by her first name. Yes, thank you for showing me your glorious thighs. I needed that today. She asks as she skillfully whips the fresh cream. I thought she was typing on a typewriter. That is not what that sounded like to me. I instinctively touched my face, then let out a lone cough. Oh, I did not mean to cut her off, sorry. She runs a hand through her bangs in an androgynous way that has me hooked. For a moment I am so smitten that I forget that she's a little strange. She shakes her ponytail. Keiki! I would love keiki. Wearing an apron, the president of the Council of Nikaya puts a hand on her hip and smiles. I answer. The reason I'm baking a cake together with Yuzuriha Yatsushiro I would love a cake as a present. That sounds fantastic. After receiving that advice, I thought that I should at any rate take a step in the right direction. I thought about what I should do to get Mayuri back to normal. When I tried to think about what would make me happy, I figured that a present would do the trick. Practically speaking, any girl will be happy to receive a present, or so I think. However, if we give a present on a day that is not a special occasion, it might just embarrass her. I'm rethinking things when I run into Rika in the hallway, who is in a particularly good mood for some reason, and so I ask her what kind of present she would want. Rika, whose spirits are even higher now, insists that a cake would be best. I've been like giving people soaps as gifts because I'm like, I make so much of it now that it just like gets everywhere, and I'm just like, I have so many, I need to give some away now. So I just give them away to people. I'm like, here, you took me shopping today, have like 6 bars of soap. Or here, it's your late birthday. I gave my brothers like 3 bars yesterday. Like, here, it's your late birthday, have some candles and soap. She has a point, I think, and if it's a cake... Yeah! Cakes and tea go very well together. Now I want to make dinner, but that's a lot of time. Rika wipes her hands in front of her face, and I thank her for talking this over with me. I giggle, remembering how she kept tasting the cookies we had made as a warm-up to making the cake. I always have to do a lot of taste testing when I'm making food. It's the only thing that makes it worth it. Yasushiro talks delightedly of the pleasure of tasting her creations as she continues whipping the fresh cream. Although it threw a bit of a spanner in the works, Yasushiro happened to be at the cooking club when I came to ask to borrow the equipment and gave her consent. It's thanks to her that I can use this room. A little mischief on her part doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I'm grateful for it. She says, making a gesture as though slicing through her finger and throwing it away. Yasushiro, who is skilled at nearly everything but is bad at cooking, and Komikado, who appears to be perfect but really is clumsy. Knowing this about them makes me feel a little closer to them. Just a little bit. Pancake mix. Pancake mix is really, really useful. I'm terrible at baking, actually. I'm much better at cooking. Like, I can make dinner a lot easier than I can make, like, dessert. I don't know what happens, but, like, throwing together a cake is so much harder for me than making a freaking, like, giant-ass bowl of curry. You know? Like, I don't know why it's so much different, but it is. She hums as she looks over the wrapped cookies. Everyone in the cooking club is staring at us, probably because we're having such a friendly conversation. I don't want any more resentment to build against me. The thing I want Yasushiro to teach me comes to mind immediately, the thing we are learning at the academy that is most difficult for me. I can see it. The image of tall, slim Yasushiro in a leotard is perfectly fitting. Her looks are so perfectly suited to it that it would be a cruel joke if she were no good at it. Well, she's kind of a book nerd. Book nerds are, like, usually really, really bad at sports. Not always, but usually. I don't understand soccer at all. The only sport I know a lot about is baseball, and that's because I played softball for like 3-4 years. As well as taekwondo, but I forget a lot of the like specific forms and whatnot. But you know, it's fine. I can still defend my ass. That's what matters. She looks at the foamy whipped cream and asks if it's ready. I nod, take the bowl from her, and transfer it into a pot, which I then set on the stove. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shortcakes are a lot easier. I set the heat to medium and keep an eye on the pot. When the cream begins bubbling, I turn off the heat, and then I mix in shaved chocolate with granulated sugar and stir until they're dissolved. A warm smile floats to Yasushiro's face. I really do want to see her dance ballet. Nerd, hi! I'm so happy you're here. How are you? If she's talking talent, then the skill she has in attracting attention with every single movement of hers oozing dignity, that alone seems like talent enough. To swill painkillers? What does that mean? Like, just put up with painkillers? What is an emergency dental appointment? I'm confused. They say all entertainment is competition. Yasushiro's silver brows knit together, and she scratches the crease between them. Eyes wide at the name of one of my favorite movies. I think Natalie Portman played in that one, if I remember correctly. Feels bad. I'm sorry you're going through that, nerd. I wish I could just, like, wave my magic wand and make everything better. Well, I don't have a magic wand. Well, I do, but, like, Heather's magic, you know, like, my magic is, like, more about the written form. So, like, I'd have to write some things down in my little, like, magic book, and then the magic would go into the ether and heal your tooth pain, but my magic doesn't work that way, sorry. But I can, like, distract you to keep your pain from hurting as much with my confused lesbian noises. That's a lie. We all know you like Komikade-san. That's a lie. Once the chocolate has been mixed in completely, I remove the pot and place it on a damp rag. As I watch the mixture cool down, I know, right? Same. That's literally me every single day, though, so... I don't know how to tell her that the cake is for Mayuri, not the Sasaki's. She sticks her finger into the steaming pot like it's the most natural thing in the world, then licks the chocolate off of it. I mean, this is how you tell them. You look over into her eyes and you say, hey, this cake is actually for Mayuri. That should be like, oh, okay. Like, why is that a big deal? Why can't you just explain yourself? It's fine, whatever. I'm not judging. I don't think the awkward relationships that me and Mayuri or me and the Sasaki's have will return to normal so easily. Me giving a present will probably be seen as overly simplistic. Indeed. Not so guarded, I think, is what she means, but... They have changed, actually. Of course, everybody changes with time. That's how it works. When I hear this, I realize only too late that before, when they tried talking about movies and books, the conversation was clumsy. But recently, the both of them understand and make real conversation. I know what that is like. Like, when you're, you know, in a situation and somebody obviously doesn't agree with you, you just, like, you usually, like, end up settling, you know, and just agree with them just to get them to shut up half the time. I know what that feels like. Because they're not gonna change their mind. Yatsushiro smiles as she references the miserly main character, Scrooge, who changes into a good person after a Christmas miracle. I think of how wonderful it would be if I could bring happiness to those around me by changing myself, like the movie Yatsushiro referenced. It takes a lot of effort to do that for yourself. Change is hard, man. Something is strange. I know that especially because in real life, obviously my personal name was different from Heather. Like, legally, my name is different. I created this name as my pen name and my pseudonym, like, you know, for streaming. But, like, I like the name better, and I feel like it suits me better, so I've started, like, trying to get everyone to call me that in real life, and it's been really hard for everyone to transition, like, into that. And it's not, like, it's not a huge change, and it doesn't really offend me if people call me by my, like, regular name, but it's just kind of, like, change is hard. Like, you get so used to saying the same thing, and then now you have to, you know, having to, and I don't hate anyone, it's not a huge deal to me, but, like, I know it's difficult for them too, so. Something is strange. It does. Yeah, it takes time. And this is, like, a really small change for me. I'm like, I just prefer Heather. You know, I just think it's nicer, and I like it. Like, it makes me feel, like, more like the person I want to be. You know, the person I feel comfortable as. But it's not a huge change, because my old name is not, like, terrible. I don't really hate it. I just like Heather better. And I prefer it. But it makes me feel, like, really bad, you know, for, not, like, extreme amounts of, like, sympathy, but it makes me have empathy for, like, the trans people who are, you know, trying to become themselves, like, the better version of themselves, and, you know, having to change everything. Like, that's gotta be so hard, you know? Like, pros to them for, like, going through all of that, because that's a hard thing to do, because not only for yourself, like, you have to accept yourself, but you also have to, like, everyone else has to adjust to that too, and it's a hard adjustment period. Continuing on, sorry. Mayuri, though gloomy, has joined the tea party we arranged to give her her cake. That much is fine. But... Keiki! Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh, she thinks it was for her. Rika places the cake I'd brought from Mayuri on a table in the gazebo. There are 2 cakes, a strawberry shortcake and the chocolate cake I'd made, along with some colorful sweets arranged on the table. Rika is personally pouring the tea for the classmates who have joined. That's fair. I mean, as long as you're comfortable with the name people are calling you, then that's the important part. No matter how many times she was invited, Yaigaki has never come to the tea party. Yes, she's parked at the foot of the table and talking with Rika, who smiles while pouring her tea. I bet it's Rika's birthday and she just doesn't realize it. When their conversation ends, Yaigaki looks at me, teacup in hand, and begins rolling her wheelchair my way. She glances toward Yaigaki, who has reached my side, with a light half-smile. This is... Yep, it's her birthday party. I knew it. Oh, feels bad. But now she can't take it back and be like, this was actually for Mayuri, but... Your birthday doesn't matter. God damn, that sounds terrible. I had a birthday party, or at least a birthday sleepover, until I was out of high school. And then once I started getting to college, like, that shit stopped happening. Me and my mom would just go out to dinner, and that was it. Like, I'd get, like, a couple presents, and that'd be, like, it. As I take a side glance at Yaigaki sipping her tea and smiling, I realize at last why today feels strange. But how is she supposed to know? Nobody told her. Looking around at my laughing classmates, I understand belatedly that they are here to celebrate the birthday, excuse me, oh my god, of Rika Hanabishi. When I ran into Rika in the hallway and she said, "A present, how about a cake?" so happily. She think it was for her. She did think it was for her. Feels bad. She said that, well, a surprise is nice. It's better to ask the person herself, and when she said that she would like chocolate cake, it was because she thought we were talking about her present. What have I done? I realize I've given Rika false joy, and I break out into a strange sweat. Just let her have it. Just bake another one. Just bake another one. Seeing Rika so happy, I can't exactly tell her that it's not for her. She doesn't need to know. Faceplant into the cake and then run? But that wastes a perfectly good cake that she worked a lot of time on. Just steal the whole cake and be like, bye. And eat the cake by yourself as tears pour down your face. I scanned the group for her figure. She is where she was at the start of the party, drinking tea by herself. Ever since the day of her body measurement, she has been keeping her distance from people. She doesn't seem to want to interact with anyone, and yet she is still so thoughtful. Her personality is full of contradictions, but that is Mayuri. She's always caught in drama. That's how she rolls. Kobayashi Issa. I look at Yaigaki, who has just said such a strange thing as she holds her teacup. She narrows her cat-like eyes mischievously. She says. What does that even mean? I giggle. This weird way of encouraging me is just like her. Once the friendly chatter in the room has died down, someone passes Rika a small knife to cut the cake. I feel like the only thing that this game, is missing is the direct references. Okay. Now what? There's a lot of direct references that really you're only gonna get if you, truly understand Japanese culture. And there's a lot of things in English culture, too, they talk about, and other, cultures as well. And they don't, fully describe them. And I'm just like, I need more context here to be able to figure out the clues. Because I don't understand them on my own without the context. That's, the only part where the game kind of falls flat for me. Is the context, but everything else is perfectly fine. It's gorgeous. I like the music. I like the characters. It's a little, it's definitely a little slow, and it's definitely one of those, what is it? The slow burn kind of romance things, but I like the rest of it. It's just, it needs a little bit more explanation on certain inside things, but I guess because they were releasing it, mostly to a Japanese audience until they translated it, that's where that kind of fell off, because they would have had to have added a bunch of extra lines to explain when they translated it. So anyways, the sense of sweat, the sound of water. I steady my fingers, which are nearly shaking from nerves, and ask myself, how has this come to be? Oh. Is it Rika? Oh no. She's washing Mayuri's hair. She has completely entrusted her body to me. Perhaps it's due to the bath's humidity that she's sweating lightly, and her sweet, uniquely feminine scent tickles my nostrils. I probably shouldn't look, but her thighs press closely together and her knees flush slightly pink look sensational. Extinguishing the desire rising in me, I wash her hair gingerly as though dealing with a temperamental cat. I lather her hair carefully so as not to scratch her scalp or drop bubbles on her face. It's fine, she says, shaking her head slightly. I shift my gaze as her chest protruding from the towel wrapped around her enters my vision. It's a good question. I do not get this context. I have been too embarrassed to bathe with anyone up until now, but since she knows about that, I suppose it's because I thought that if I was with Mayuri Kosaka, I wouldn't particularly mind. But I mind more! Oh, we're gonna get the context. Okay. Good. 2 hours and 88 minutes ago. Please hold. Is that what that just said? Oh, sorry, 28 minutes ago. I was about to say, that's over 3 hours. Why would you not just put 3 hours? Okay, I got it. It wasn't a sexual scene. She was just like, damn, girl got a good body. Like, that's not sexual. That's not sexual. I was told you could have just kept your mouth shut by the person involved, Rika. I know. And from the Sasakis who were watching the course of events. Mayuri knitting her brows, only Yaigaki maintaining her usual expression. What do you mean by these scenes? You mean the romance scenes? Because if so, you need to be here more often, because I need more of this shit. Everyone in class looks on as Rika and I face each other, having ruined the mood of the party. However, you're brave. Rika smiles, and we were able to return to the celebratory atmosphere from before. Happy accidents. No mistakes, only happy accidents. It's so pretty. Aw, Rika's so nice. Mayuri looks at the cake with a somewhat troubled and annoyed, yet also happy expression. I love the little stars. That's adorable. I would eat the hell out of that cake. But it just seems happiness wins out. She turns to me and smiles just like a warm spring day. Oh. Anything for you. Katsushiro senpai? She looks at me dubiously, then breaks into a smile. Our classmates around us start to laugh, and soon Rika and I are laughing too. You don't have to eat it all at one time. There's this thing called, you know, taking a couple bites now, taking a couple bites later. It'll last a few days. Her voice rises coquettishly, and I nod vigorously. It's a lot of lees. Mayuri takes the knife and makes the first cut, then divvies it up for everyone. Seeing Mayuri return to her place as the heart of the class, I can feel the leaden feeling that weighed down my heart melt away. The familiar scene of laughing, joking classmates lets me know I made the right decisions. Getting the good route, guys! And girls. And non-binaries. I turn to the voice coming from behind me and see the usual detached Ringo furrowing her brows restlessly. And Ichiko, who is usually so bubbly, it verges on annoying, hiding behind her sister as she stares at me. Her voice trembles with sorrow. I think back on the letter addressed to me and how I'd been laughed at in the past. This is unlike Ringo, who is usually so relaxed, and Ichigo looks like a child who is about to be scolded. The letter these girls sent me was so similar to the boys who tricked me, but... Okay, okay. Oh my god, it's all porn? You didn't stream it, did you? Okay, I was like, bro, you're gonna get in so much trouble. A laugh escapes my lips. Wait, what? Okay. Feels bad, man. That shit happens, though. I would have definitely finished the trailer before even attempting to buy it. But I get the urge to, like, just buy something like that, like, on the spurge of the moment, you know? Ichigo speaks at last, and I reply with a forced smile. I get that, but like... I at least gotta watch the trailer first, and... Some trailers, like, do spoil, you're right, but usually the big stuff, they don't put in, like, the trailers. They just, like, kind of give you an intro to what the game is about. Yeah, you did. You bitches. I'm a bitch right now. It's probably because I had such a tiring morning that did not go to plan. So, why did they send the letter in the first place? That's what I want to know. I return to my seat and take out a bundle tied with a ribbon. I take each of them by the hand and hand it over to them. No more mistakes or misunderstandings. I press the cookies I made them in Cooking Club into their hands. No. Why are we switching between the two things? I still don't understand how this happened. I made up with the Sasaki's and Rika's birthday party wrapped up with that incident. After that... All I can say to Mayuri, who has released all the tension in her body and completely put herself in my hands, is, yeah. I've never felt any sense of longing for my mother, so there isn't much else I can say. Maybe that's not who she's talking about. How sweet and lovely it would be able to lay out your feelings out in the open without any insecurity. She inhales slowly, then exhales. I think this as I watch her small yet firm chest rise and fall beneath the towel with each breath. Ah, right. I'm a fucking lesbian. The reason I'm in the bath with Mayuri. What is this going between the different events? Like, just do all of the events that lead up to this scene and then come back. After the birthday party on the way back from the cooking club after going to thank Yasushiro, Mayuri calls out to me. Like Rika, she tells me she admires my courage, and that she wouldn't have had it in herself. An excuse to show the bath scene several times. We had to make so much effort into making the CG, god damn it. We're gonna make them see it 3 different times. Oh my god. I thought that Mayuri had gone back to her usual self, but I realized that there is still something weighing on her mind. I'm gonna go ahead and save, by the way. It's been a minute since I've saved, so... just for reference. Although I tell her repeatedly that that's not true, she doesn't seem to take it to heart. I feel I shouldn't use borrowed words and decide to tell her in my own words. Big same. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's true. People do like that sometimes. There have been many times where I've thought that, that's it, I'm giving up. But I get the feeling that if I gave up on one thing, I would just keep quitting on everything. That's true. I went with her, not knowing where, because I figured it would be a good chance to make up. And here we are. Okay, so I've never, like, just went with someone just to, like, you know, make them feel better, and we ended up naked in a bath together. That's never fucking happened. Maybe this is just a Japanese thing, but this has never happened in my life. Just on the spur of the moment. Mayuri's shoulder brushes my chest as she leans against me, and that alone makes my face turn red. I try to tell myself that it shouldn't be embarrassing since we're both girls, but again, I'm a fucking lesbian. Of course it is. I guess so. I guess I need to up my game here. But, like, as an asexual person, I don't really want to end up naked next to someone in the bath. I'll settle for cuddles. How's that? I'll settle for cuddles. Ask this I watch her in the mirror as she sits with her eyes closed and follow the trails of the bubbles flowing from her hair and over her marble skin. Her delicate shoulders, her lithe, youthful body. Yeah, it's about as cuddly as it can be in the bath. Her slender hips, so different from mine, seems as though they'd break if held too hard. As I watch her, eyes closed, surrendering herself to me defensively, I feel a dark, wanton feeling bubbling forth within me, making my chest constrict. Kiss her! Kiss her! Kiss her! Of course I'm listening. I'm not distracted at all. What are you talking about? God damn it! Ichigo! A voice echoes through the bath area as the sound of running footsteps draw near. I'm pretty sure it's the twins, yep. I knew I heard that voice right. God damn it, you two! I was about to kiss her! God damn it! So Sasaki's grinning cheerfully. You bitches. Why do you always have to interrupt? You have to interrupt the worst possible times. Catching a glimpse of the twins' healthy skin through the gap in their towels brings all the shame roaring back, making me blush. And it'll be your last! Grabs towel, runs out of the bath. She's just a ninja, you know? Not gonna happen. Mayuri's special. I'm not sure whether to look as the twins prance around in a carefree manner, so I stared down at the floor. Yeah, wash each other's hairs. I'm getting flustered watching them all fight over me. Then Ichigo makes a sound as though she's just had an idea. She says. In that moment, it feels like a shadow falls over my warm spring day. I watch her carefully, remembering how she'd yelled her denial at them before. Her expressionless face, the air is pregnant? I've never heard this phrase before. The air is pregnant. Okay. Alright. Alright. What kind of baby does the air have? Like, I need to know this for context. I want to see what air babies look like. I want to know. I want to know. I'm dying. That's the, like, weirdest phrase I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Like, just the word pregnant put with anything else besides, like, you know, an actual pregnant, like, being is just weird to me. I'm just like, just don't use that word with anything else. Otherwise, it just sounds weird. Okay. Pregnant with tension. Like, I get it. Like, I get what it means, but that's just an awkward phrase. A wicked smile comes over her and she gestures as though using a telescope to stare fixedly at the twins' bodies. They may crack jokes, but they are fair maidens after all. They make their escape from the baths, hands covering their chests. Not when we're all lesbians, Jesus. She laughs mockingly. Well, I don't know about the Sasakis, but I'm relieved that this carefree banter between friends is back. Mayuri had said before, here in these very baths, that she felt no need to get closer with me. Seeing Mayuri smiling now, this is fine. Fire just envelops Suo in a raging inferno. I say to myself as I watch the three of them in the tub, feeling closer to her than ever. But I still don't know the reason! New chapter! Yay! Ooh, I have not read this. But Ursula Le Guin is also the one that wrote Wizard of Earthsea. Which is a Ghibli. Wow, that's a lot of seasons. Yeah, that would be really hard. The Legend of the Clown? The Clown. Okay. I, like, figured that was gonna say crown instead. Shit. Someone taps me on the shoulder. It does say clown, correct? It does. Who is the clown? What is the clown? Alright, I have a bunch of shit to get done today. So I'm probably gonna end this here since now we're starting on a new chapter and all. I feel like that's a really good place to stop. Normally I'd go a little further, and I did kind of have my rant this morning. You'll have to watch the VODs, nerd, for that. But I got a little bit further in this, and we've kind of made up with everyone, I guess. Also for reference, I now just got the email that I have been accepted for affiliate. So after I get off this stream and like probably take a shower and get lunch and stuff, I'm going to like accept that and get all that stuff ready. So next time I stream, I should have like full affiliate everything. So that'll be nice. Yes! I'm not, like, officially affiliate yet, but I've been accepted. I just have to, like, do all the, you know, the signing up shit and get everything set up, which will probably take a little bit of time, but, you know. I'm excited. It's been a hell of a morning, but, I'm excited for that, so. Is there anybody I can raid today? Let me see. I can raid Foxy! Yes! Alright, I've never raided her before, so I'm gonna be raiding, Foxy Cupcake, a good friend of mine. So, go check, her out. She's playing Genshin right now, which everyone I raid apparently plays Genshin. And I haven't played Genshin in forever because I've been, like, too busy with work and then streaming and then writing and repeat. So, go raid now. I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for stopping by and streaming, and next time I stream, I should have affiliate up. And also, Nert, I am playing Higurashi tomorrow, so, watch out for that. Same time as this morning, hopefully a little earlier because I was late today. But, go check her out. Thanks for coming to stream. See you all next time. Bye!